Hi, this is Kevin from the Magic Our Way podcast, and you're listening to the BS Podcast Network.
Hey, this is Susan Egan, Broadway's original Belle in Beauty and the Beast and the voice of Megara in Disney's Hercules. And you're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast with Wonder Boys, Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Lee. And they are a real slice.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante San, everyone. You are listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana, in the United States of America. We are artistic buffs talking about Disney stuff, and this is the show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us. Today we are discussing some recent Disney news that came out, specifically Trader Sam's Grotto reopening over there in Walt Disney World, Joe Biden going into the Hall of Presidents over there in the Magic Kingdom, as well as Coco making an appearance, scene appearance in Mickey's Philharmagic. So, guys, this isn't your typical polished, practiced pixie dust and Disney podcast. No, we are not in the parks every day trying to tell you the best cart from which you can purchase the freshest popcorn.
That's right, Kevin. We're here to drink, talk Disney news, and be the Disney Wonder Boys that you love to listen to, analyzing, looking at things from a weekend perspective.
And if you like that, then just put it on your shield and throw it.
So, guys, my name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm your Marvel man, Eli.
Throw that.
And Lee is here in studio. And even though I like Coco, I'll make sure your vacation don't go loco.
Maybe un poco loco.
Un poco loco.
Loco.
A little loco is okay.
What
But
about, can I get a little tone loco?
hey, that would be good.
About
good
the
too?
wild thing.
A little moco loco.
Oh, I like Moco Loco. Yeah, that's
You're
delicious.
not slipping your travel guest, the Funky Cold Medina.
Yeah.
Are you?
You're not in love with the Coco.
No?
No, that's at
Oh,
the
man.
$5,000 level of Patreon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Ooh,
great.
Patreon, you say?
Patreon,
Don't
yeah.
mess around with no Oscar Mayer wiener.
Plus, guys, look, we have a very special guest, man. Special guest. Who are you?
You, Kurt.
Oh, that's
you.
me. That's me. Ah, wow. I am back in the box, not in studio. Lee took my place. Kirk.
The man
Kirk.
in the box.
That is Officer Malik and Kirk.
Well, it's good to have you, Kirk.
It is me. I am always happy to be here, even virtually.
Even virtually, guys. So look, enough of our jibber jabber. Let's go discuss some awesome Disney news magic.
Oh, yeah, to go.
I'll call you
I
cool.
got some announcements here today. That's what that sound means, ladies and gentlemen. We have two things to announce. First,
Eli's still single.
Yeah.
yes, we have three things to announce. Eli's still
Surprise.
single.
Yes.
And if you want to support him, you can go to our Patreon, which is our second announcement.
Yes.
Go to our Patreon. One of those levels, you can earn a date with Eli.
There you go. You're lucky.
What?
There you
Can
go.
anybody earn that? What is it? Like top?
Can you,
That's top shelf.
contribute to not have a date with Eli?
Well, they missing out.
You
They
can do that
missing
too.
out.
Yeah, yeah. That's a gift
All
that
this,
keeps
all
on
this
giving.
story, all the glory.
All the hoary.
No hurry.
Robert Horry.
Ow.
Oh,
Hurry.
not hurry. Oh,
don't need it.
I will be first in line.
There you go.
You want a date with Eli?
Get my debit card ready right now.
Oh, man.
Bam.
Right now.
Did you
Now,
do that in Disneyland?
At no point do we stipulate that Eli will pay.
For the date?
No. We did not stipulate
Okay,
that.
you're acting like I've never been to places with Eli before.
Okay,
I know
just-
this
But
stuff.
we do guarantee orange juice.
You've been to heaven and back.
This is better.
Again, I've said it before. I have bounced on Eli's bed.
Wow.
Oh, well, then you get cran apple.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good stuff.
Yeah.
But look, guys, on a serious tip, we have a Patreon that we're establishing, so soon to be launching soon, patreon.com/Magic Our Way. We have 5 tiers from which you can support the Magic Our Way podcast.
5.
5, I know. We got everything for people.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We want to address all the economic situations that are out there.
Give it all to them.
Everything from a $5 level all the way to a $100 level is what we're creating for you guys.
That's right. 'cause
Awesome.
We got tired doing this for free.
That's right, man. It takes some money to do this.
That's
kind of
right.
stuff.
We got tired of paying for this out of our own pocket.
I know. Dancing on the street corners.
Right. Counting on Lee to book trips because that just ain't going well.
Guess people's shoes.
Yeah.
Where they got them shoes.
That's it. How many jelly beans in the jar?
Will the beignets on his website still be an option?
It
Yeah,
should be.
absolutely. Yes. If you can only afford a couple bucks, you can still give us an order of beignets. That's still $3 from what I last saw, right?
$1 is a dollar.
$1 a dollar.
$1.
But if you can, we got a $5 level. You know,
That's
a
right.
little
But
bit
now that
extra.
we're charging for, I shouldn't say charging, but now that appearing on the Magic Our Way is part of the Patreon options.
Yeah, many options.
Yes, we're going to have to cut you off, Kirk. This is really your last appearance.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pay
unless
to
you're
do
willing to pay for it.
You got to pay to be on the show now.
Sorry.
The tears, bruh.
I'm sure Captain Stan's still hiring.
Stan. You got all
You
the
let
moves.
me know. You let me know how much that cost.
Okay.
You got all the moves, Taskmaster. You good.
$100 per month,
There it is.
and you get to sleep with Eli
There you go. All right.
and Mawiki
I'll bring the juice.
and the juice.
Yes, we have many tiers.
Yeah,
Besides
many
just
tiers.
me, I'm
We have
I'm only a piece
Eli.
of the puzzle.
Eli, would you say we have a plethora of tiers?
Multiple plethora,
Oh, that's wonderful,
sir. Beautiful.
beautiful.
All the tiers.
All right, so we got that announcement. Seriously, we do have a Patreon. Make sure you stay tuned to our social medias. We're going to announce it, and we're going to announce it pretty much every show that from here on out to let you guys know that we have a Patreon, so you can support our show a different way.
Got the link?
Yeah, patreon.com/MagicOurWay.
Boom.
And also, too, our third announcement. Sorry,
Third.
yeah, our third announcement is that fantasy football is coming around the corner.
Oh, Lord.
Coming around the corner, she'll come.
Oh, my goodness.
Football season's about roughly 50 days away, depending on when you listen to this podcast. Hell, it might be even already here if you're behind. But we have a fantasy football league. We have a free league, and we have a money league. So if you want to earn some money, you could do that. Cash Mountain and the Weekend Fantasy Football League is what we have. So if you're interested, make sure you reach out to us, show at magicourway.com. And if you played before and you want to return, and we'll post this in the Facebook group as well. If you want to return, just let us know, man. We're trying to get a count, see who's interested, see how many, groups or tiers we have to make, depending on how much response is there. So if you want to participate in our yearly fantasy football leagues, one for free, one for money, now's the time to let us know, man. We're going to be drumming up some business and getting those leagues set up and getting everything going. So reach out to us, show at magicourway.com. Fantasy football, here we come. And here we are on the queue, and this is where we discuss all the news and happenings in the world of Disney today. First off, that's been in the news, is that President Biden, Joe Biden, is going to be at the Hall of Presidents.
Wow.
Yes.
Really?
You happy about this?
I'm fine. Yeah, of course I'm happy. But I'm happy.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much. As a Muppets fan, they were talking about putting the Muppets in there. I'm happy they didn't. I really am happy they kind of stuck with the tradition of the show and kept it carrying forthward. Because, I mean, I like the Muppets, but I just don't see how you go from the goofy insanity that is the Muppets to the solemn roll call like
In Liberty Square.
yeah.
Yeah.
do the speeches and all that. I just don't see how that would work. I think it's okay for some things to have some level of dignity and solemnness to it. So I'm really glad that they did keep the tradition of the show alive, even though some people out there might not like it. I'm good.
That's
yeah,
fine.
no, I'm totally fine with it. I mean, I love some of the news outlets that did this. It's like, oh, what happened to the Trump animatronic? Well, hello. First of all, it's not going to be giving a speech anymore, so they got to put it somewhere in the gallery in which he could do his reactions, like they do, and they have to reprogram everything. I mean, of course he's going to disappear for a while, so all you clickbait people, I mean, come on, please stop. It's just you're embarrassing yourself, all right? So it sounds like Joe Biden is going to be doing his own little speech, just like every president has. Well, not every president, but most presidents done in recent
Yeah,
memory.
they didn't quite get the Abraham Lincoln one.
That would have been
live.
great if they could have gotten Abraham Lincoln, but oh well, they had to use the thing.
Hopefully they redo Trump's face.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the worst.
yeah,
I mean,
looking.
They really did him dirty on that.
Oh my God, man!
I'm not a Trump fan, but I think that that's always the rumor, and I believe it 100% to be true, that Disney thought it was going to be Hillary. They thought it was going to be Hillary. They already had Hillary prepped up, ready to go, or at least were working on
This
it.
is speculation, you think?
I think that they
Okay.
really thought that Hillary was going to be the next president, and then that animatronic was being worked on to be Hillary, and then didn't happen. And so they had to, adjust. And
so they put Hillary's wig on
basically,
Trump?
Yeah.
They adjusted the Hillary sculpt to be Trump, is what he's saying.
Yeah, I think that's really what happened. And I think
maybe they're actually taking some time and redoing it. So
yeah,
they look like
she wears a suit too, so I
That's
can
true.
see that, like that.
And to lend credence to what Lee's saying, and I've not gone back and tracked the dates of this.
You've heard this too.
Oh, yeah, this is a long-standing rumor.
Okay.
But, I mean, it took them a long time to announce, because you remember there was a point there where people were like, we're not going to have, the Hall of Presidents are going to be something completely different. But finally we got the announcement there's going to be a Trump animatronic. We got to see it, and it just looked god-awful.
Yeah,
It did.
But it seemed like it took a lot longer.
I think someone mentioned that the other day that it did take longer. It took like almost a year, or maybe more than a year.
It felt like it. I could be wrong.
I was down for a while.
But that was my memory of it. It's like it just kind of kept ticking along, and it kind of gave credence to the rumors that something else may be done, and then boom, finally Trump is in there. And that does lend credence because, I mean, it's been, what 8 months, 9 months since,
pretty quickly,
since Biden's been elected, and they're already ready to go. They got the animatronic installed. They're just waiting to get this thing up and running in August, it seems like.
Maybe another possible conspiracy theory was they were worried that he was going to be impeached, and they want to make the figure that he gets kicked out. And how does that work for them?
I also heard that like he wasn't cooperating with the speeches and wasn't wanting to lend his voice. Not that he wanted to lend his voice to it, but maybe there was like his speech wasn't what he wanted it to be, or he wanted the speech to be different. I don't know. There's a lot.
He just did the oath. Don't most of them just do the oath of office?
I
Isn't that really
You're
what
more
it
the
is?
expert than I am.
more or less. I don't think exactly word for word, but I think they have
Maybe a
thing,
truncated version of it or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's pretty much a very nonpartisan thing. Like I know people take this very seriously, and
I think more so now, the last couple years. I don't remember it being an issue with Clinton, and
it wasn't.
It's only since Trump came into office that it's been quote unquote controversial.
I'll never forget being in the Country Bears when was it? Oh God, who was the president?
Barack.
I think it was Barack,
Gotta
where
be
they
Barack.
announced the election results had finally kind of tallied while we were in the while we were in the Country Bears, and like just so y'all know, the election results have been tallied, and Barack Obama is going to be our next president, and you know, which got most people just kind of stayed silent. They're like, "Wow, I expected half of y'all to applaud, and the other half to kill the people." The cast member literally took the microphone and said all this. I'm not joking.
Okay.
So
that's
I
wild.
can't. I'm paraphrasing what he said. Like, I expected half of y'all to applaud and the other half to jump on the people who just applauded. Something to that effect.
Feed the mania.
Yes,
But everyone just kind of laughed and thought it was just funny. But yes, no, it's just as time has gone on, as this nation's become increasingly more and more looking for reasons to hate one another. Yes, it has become very politicized times, and I'm glad we're not giving into that just yet and just saying, you know what, screw it, we're too undignified to be able to sit in a room and appreciate
the artistry that is
Right, I mean,
also
that
being
is the
mirrored
whole
of this
president,
politics.
Yeah, I mean,
Right,
there was
sort of that.
There was a lot of people that were saying, that even to this day have said, "Well, I didn't go see that attraction while Trump was there. I won't see it until he's out." It's like, you know what, man? Like, if you like the attraction, then you probably like political history, or you like the history of America, and you like maybe you're into the, all the history of the presidents and things like that. Then why would you do that to yourself? Why? I went and saw it. This is fine. It's like and again, my situation, dude. Like,
Of course.
Well, he's still there.
I went, I looked at it, I watched it, I sat through it. It was fine.
Same here.
It's like, okay, cool. This is
After it happened, most people were like, "Yeah, it was a fine speech.
Yeah,
it works.
Breeze right through it.
Nonpartisan. It just did it."
It's a very basic color by numbers, nonpartisan. It's very hey, come together kind of speech. I mean, look, I might enjoy it. I enjoy the attraction a lot. I might enjoy it a little less based upon who's in office, but that doesn't mean I hate it. I still enjoy it. It's just, I don't know. I feel bad for people who get this riled up where you can't get. I really do believe that, if you like, because I've heard the stories about people booing the animatronic, throwing things at the animatronic, saying things. Yes, I've heard.
Well, you don't get to go to jail if you just pay a fine if you hit an animatronic.
Out of Disney World for life.
Yeah, remember that time they threw a shoe at Bush?
Yes, they threw a shoe.
You ain't heard from that kid since, have you?
You think it'd be any different? If you think it'd be any different if they took a speech out, if they had like Lincoln make a speech instead of the sitting president?
I think that would be worse. I mean, I think the draw of it is, Lincoln already makes a speech. I think the draw of it and why you come back when there's a new sitting president is so you can kind of see the new show and hear the new president speak. That, to me, is part of the draw. It's like, okay, a new president is going to speak. I've heard Lincoln. I've heard Washington. Unless we're going to make Thomas Jefferson speak or Andrew Jackson or whoever the hell else, I don't know. I want to hear a new voice in there. I don't want the same old show.
Yeah, because you kind of space out when they start showing the map and everything. I always space out on that part. But that's only because it's so nice and quiet.
If the only new
thing
that comes along is like all they say, and now the president's and Joe Biden, and they just show Joe and he nods solemnly.
Yeah,
it's not like
just
a
take
must
the
see.
sunglasses off.
Yeah, take the aviators off, looking cool.
They said that he was going to have that. They was
the aviators,
yeah, with the aviator glasses.
They're on the table next to him.
They're on the table next to him. Yeah,
There's something to do like there's an Amtrak ticket on there because he takes the Amtrak a lot and things like that. So there are some
flowers.
little nods.
I mean, the picture just for because he actually visited my job a couple of months ago, and so a bunch of people took photos of him visiting. So I mean, what I saw from that, hey, that looks like a pretty decent animatronic. He kind of looks like he'd be a G.I. Joe or something.
Really? I thought that animatronic just looked goofy.
It is like kind of.
It's a weird facial expression on his face. I don't know why.
You
they
think so? I thought it looked stern.
Although I don't know when they, the picture I'm looking at, I don't know if it was in motion while he was doing his speech and they just happened to capture it.
No, because
or is it just how it is?
That's a publicity still. That is not, hey, we were running a show and we just haphazardly
so this is what Disney released.
Yeah, because they haven't opened it. This is Disney releasing this. This is what they think is a good representation. Again, like with the Trump thing, I imagine this is what he's going to look like, if not worse, when he opens, because this is their best version that they thought that they had to run with.
He looks bewildered.
I just think, man, these facial sculpts from the president have all gone downhill since Blaine Gibson is retired.
I mean, if you look at the guys behind him, they look great.
Yes, absolutely.
And then you look at Joe and it's like, what?
Yeah, he kind of takes like, he needs to take a poop.
Yeah,
I mean, I just remember he has like the jowls kind of, but it's like that's
the
what
eyebrows. I mean, I don't think they're that pronounced. It's
I
weird,
understand the whole idea, like because once you start mechanizing the face, where you're kind of making it to where he can speak and animating it, so maybe that's what messes up the facial features a little bit when you're talking. But I don't know, man. They took the Lincoln off of the death mask. When they created Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, that's how the Lincoln animatronic was created, with the death mask of Abraham Lincoln that they tweaked, made talk, looks great. Biden, just in that one photo, there's something wrong with the mouth. Something just doesn't look right. The eyes are a little... I don't know.
I'll be curious to see it in motion to see if it improves it. But
time
will tell for sure.
My last thought would be, what might help this piece of our history is instead of just talking like, hey, I did this and that, they should kind of squabble with each other. Like that's real politicking.
Do a little bit Lincoln Douglas debates.
A little bit. A little filibustering.
You don't need.
Yeah. You're like, I don't like that hat. Why not? I think
Biden can say, "Come on, man, shut up."
Yeah,
just shut up.
I'm talking about my son. Put his aviators back on his face. Like, damn, that was cold. That was cold.
I'll throw this ice cream in your face.
That's it. Like they switch up and stuff, so you don't know if you're gonna get the exact same.
I thought my nose at you.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they can't use those 3D scans. Like you ever see those WWE Mattel figures? Mm-hmm. Those things look just like the wrestlers. Because they have those 3D scans of the head that they do, and they just, scan it in the computer, boom, spit you out perfect image of what you look like from all angles.
3D printed.
Like, if I was the sitting president and I knew that this was my legacy, like, my animatronic was going to be viewed by millions of people every year, even long after I'm gone, I'm like, look, I'll sit down and get my head scanned so y'all can get this right. I don't want to look like a goof. Please make sure my head is accurate. I'd work out of time for that.
I hear that.
Set up something at Camp David. I'll go visit, scan my head. We'll be good.
I'll be right by the nuke button if you need me. Like, yeah, go ahead, scan that. You better make sure you get it right too, because unemployment could get cut in half over here at Disney if you don't do me right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, because it's gone downhill since Blaine Gibson passed. I mean, he did. George W. Bush looked fine. Obama was okay at best.
Passively, yeah.
Okay.
But it's like he's only brother
okay.
there, so you're just like, well, he's up there, and it's so far away. It's hard to tell.
Trump was awful, and Biden looks a bit goofy. I mean, it just seems like we should be getting better with this, not worse.
Yeah. But maybe to your point, it could be the moving animal. Maybe the more facial features, more servo motors working the eyebrows and the nose and head or whatever. I don't know.
But like
we
I
don't
said,
know.
It worked just fine with Abraham Lincoln, didn't it?
But I think he was a simpler. He's a simpler animatronic. I don't think he's a newer animatronic that has all the different facial movements. So
I get that.
I think there's there's less mouth.
He's got more facial hair than those other two.
All we have is pictures to go on that one. He's gone. Biden judged him against the real person.
Maybe we see so much Biden that he just doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't resonate on a regular basis. Whereas the picture of Abraham Lincoln, I don't know, man. I don't see Walt approving this.
Time to sit in the front row.
It's the quality of it.
I see Walt saying, "Yeah, go back and try that again."
When you go down there, sit in the front row.
I mean, George Washington talks. He looks fine too. But there again, to your point, maybe because I never saw George Washington speak. But I'm just telling you, I haven't seen this animatronic speak, and he just looks wrong.
That might be what takes. Who knows? Yeah, we won't know until we see the video.
We won't know until we go see it?
Go see it. That's what I'm saying.
We'll be able to see it. Yeah.
Well,
sit up in the front row, get all the good
We
stuff.
saw how bad Trump looked before he spoke, and then it opened, and it looked even worse. That's why I
we
expect.
keep our expectations low, and maybe,
And then lower them some more.
and then we might be pleasantly surprised.
Much
Or
like
not.
politics.
It may be completely confirmed. We're like, look at this.
That's the Danny Lawless rule. Go in with low expectations.
That's it.
And if you think your expectations are too low, lower them some more.
To the ground.
Just like the limbo.
Yes.
Just like the limbo. All right. And this piece of news, man, Coco is making an appearance in a Disney attraction, finally.
About time.
Very, very
Damn straight.
excited. Yes. And this is specifically Mickey's Philharmagic.
Oh, I love it.
Will be featuring a scene in Pixar's Coco, specifically the musical number Un Poco Loco. Will anchor this new scene. So you'll hear that song, which will be great. Thought it was a great number.
Beautiful number. Perfect song to anchor that attraction. Yeah.
Absolutely. If you remember that stage scene, you have all the characters up on there, more than just Miguel and his dad. You have Donald now dancing and stuff. You have the rest of the family dancing, playing some mariachi stuff. So it's pretty great.
The creatures.
The A la Breja.
A la Breja. Yeah. That'd be great if they were there, but yeah, it should be a neat little thing, and I can't wait to see what it looks like 3D. It's already open over there at Disney California Adventure Park, as well as Disneyland Paris, because it opened back on July 17th. And, of course, for the 50th for the Magic Kingdom Park, it's going to be opening later this year, so probably closer to when the 50th is happening. That'll be part of something we can experience when we go down there to see Mickey's Philharmagic in Walt Disney World. So that'll be awesome.
So for the 4D, are they going to have the nacho cheese Doritos smell from the bridge?
Cool Ranch.
I never saw the bridge in the spoiler. If you haven't seen it, I haven't seen the bridge included in the number.
Oh.
Maybe it was in the background somewhere, and I just missed it.
They had a part where there wasn't the bridge, but they had a part where, like, I think they clashed and then something broke up, and then it looked like
Doritos?
The
that'd be awesome.
Okay, well, then I like that.
Because I go on a train
Maybe
or
Doritos
something.
will be sponsoring the Philharmagic show going forward. That'd be cool.
I tell you, man.
I thought it was going to be like decayed carcass skeleton smell.
No.
Because you have a lot of them on stage. I don't know.
That's the smell of Ernesto de la Cruz rotting away.
The smell of death.
Yeah, but look, a perfect blend of two things that need each other. Coco desperately needs an attraction. I'm glad they found some place to put him. And Philharmagic needed a little bit of
an
extra bump. Yeah.
And this is, this is one of easily the best film that Pixar's done in over a decade.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I'm still holding out for them to go into Mexico at some point. I think that'd be great.
It's a travesty that they haven't.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, we got an attraction or we got a part of an attraction, but we didn't get what we should have got, which would make perfect sense from being the Mexico Pavilion, but I guess you got to take what you can get at this point.
Not only perfect sense, but I mean the way they have it set up. I mean you're in a Mexican village.
Village is a
that
party.
You could easily tweak. You could turn the sides of it into a screen where you're projecting images of the backgrounds of the Land of the Dead, while they
Just like they do on the castles.
right
So
while you
that's
see in the skeleton animatronics up above on the bridge playing the music. It would be really, really, really.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
Perfect blend. You should do it. You absolutely. The only reason I can think of not doing it is because the line to see this thing would be crazy and it would overpower the Mexican Pavilion.
Well,
but I mean,
to be fair, it was like that when it first opened. So I remember starting my line out the door for El Rio de Tiempo.
Oh, same here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
so I mean, that's no problem. They can handle that.
And I loved El Rio de Tiempo. I thought
that was
El Rio
awesome,
de
yeah.
Tiempo was like top notch. I thought I loved riding El Rio de Tiempo before I liked riding Small World.
Yeah, it was a very good ride.
Yes.
It was a very good traction.
I know some people like Three Caballeros, but if those people have rode El Rio de Tiempo, I'd like to hear them compare and contrast and honestly tell me that Three Caballeros is better.
I really just like the
it is.
mariachi band. That
Oh,
one
yeah,
time.
yeah.
That's what I got for that.
But it's like Coco would be more synergistic, I think. You know, some people may argue, oh, Three Caballeros are in those new Mickey shorts, but they're not in all of the Mickey shorts. There may be like a small handful of those new Mickey shorts, the Ren and Stimpy Mickey shorts, but it's not enough to carry any relevance versus Coco.
Well, yeah, and like really, I mean, what is we're talking about diversity. I mean, that seems to be a big thing going forward. The Disney company, Three Caballeros is kind of like.
Not really diverse.
Nah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's
And
like
immersive.
the McDonald's of diversity, whereas Coco.
You know what it is? It's like
the
what they
McDonald's.
thought diversity was back then.
Yes,
Yeah,
And that's a great way to
That's all
put
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
It's changed.
It would be almost insulting in a sense, right? Because that's how they have the culture represented like that.
Three Caballeros, you only have three.
Yeah.
You got an American, you got a Mexican, and you have a Brazilian. That's it.
That's it. But no, the world of Coco is way more immersive for the culture.
Very
being-
rich. Very. I mean, what a world. What an area that you would love to visit if you could. I mean,
think about it. When you go to that final scene, you see the entire city lit up.
Yes.
I think that would be a killer way to end that ride.
Perfect.
Yeah.
With the fireworks going up.
Yeah,
over. Keep
yeah,
all
absolutely.
that. I mean,
That'd be
but
gorgeous.
Just populate it with a city of the dead kind of feel.
And some Doritos scroted her.
Mix and match them both.
Yeah, Cool Ranch and nacho cheese.
And
right?
nacho cheese, have the concert. Everybody gets to have like
now they got like the
skeleton face
Mexican
paint.
flavored Doritos with the spicy chili.
Chile.
Yeah, we could do those.
And the best part is you didn't lose a single scene to make way for this. I mean, you got an extra minute to sit in an air-conditioned environment and enjoy an attraction that's already great as it is, and really take an extra minute. That's what I love about this so much, is that you added without taking anything away.
How do you and like the way I think I was going to ask you, the way they had Donald still integrated in it, I thought was still pretty
Oh,
flawless.
it's great. And speaking of which, he does dances with the Alebrejas. So
Yes, he
there's
does.
a scene where he's right on the back.
Yeah, because
so,
he's flying on them
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
So that's
like
cool.
I thought you were going non-spoilerish with that,
Yeah,
so I didn't want to
Well,
say
they
anything.
released the photos. So, I mean, it's like if you could look it up. You
Well, it's
can-
not a movie review.
Yeah,
So
it's all good.
yeah.
And it's
No,
almost
it's
kind
great.
of, it's fitting because Pixar put these animated characters on screen to begin with, and all the characters in Philharmagic were originally traditionally hand-drawn Disney creations, like Peter Pan, Lion King,
Mermaid.
Aladdin, Mermaid,
Yeah,
and all
all
stuff
those
like
guys,
that. So
yeah.
to have a Pixar property represented, it's a perfect fit. It really is a perfect fit, and I couldn't have been more happy when I saw the final result of it.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I'm the exact same way. And what's even smarter is that they made a crowd gobbler a little bit longer. So
Yes.
they're
Yes.
going to need it when the 50th happens and when things open back up. So
Sure, it's not a hard ride to get into.
No, at
That's
least not
another
right
great
now.
thing about it. Yeah.
No, you're going to need that.
come the 50th, that might be one of the tougher ones. Who knows?
Well, I think everything's gonna be hard to get in on the 50th.
It's going to be incredible.
So now, let me ask y'all this: would this have been your first choice?
What's that?
If you would have had to have put another addition into, because I mean, I'll be honest with you, I figured they were just going to stuff in Frozen and take or some other overexposed, oversaturated property and jam it in there. It's something you've seen a gazillion times over. I couldn't be happier because I would have never put Coco on my list because I just didn't think they had the guts to do it. Because if you can't figure out a way to get Coco in the Mexican Pavilion in that ride, even as a little scene, while the Caballeros are running around Mexico just as a cameo. We can't even get Coco in that. I just did not see them taking a whole section of this. I would have figured Frozen. I would have figured Tangled. I would have figured Moana. To get Coco, that's like, whoa, that is
smart on their part.
It is. I was so happy. So I mean, is this what y'all saw? Is there something else that y'all could have foreseen putting in there?
The only other thing I could have foreseen put in there would be something from Tiana. Maybe I'm biased, but
Princess
I think
and
something
Frog,
like that. Yeah,
I could
One of those
see
numbers,
that,
yeah.
but
I would see Tangled when Donald, like say the hat would throw him and he'd fly into all those lanterns and land in the boat with where Rapunzel was and Flynn.
No, I think you're right, though. I mean, that would have been something they would have done for sure. Moana would have made perfect sense. You could have done, riding on a sea turtle or something like that, or
the rock back.
The little coconut guy's going to come out.
Yeah, they would have attack you on the ship or something.
That would have made sense. But
yeah, I wouldn't have seen Coco coming. It's not a bad choice, but yeah, I would. That's surprising that, because even with the theme of Philharmagic, I mean, it's pretty much magical places and princes. Because Donald tries to get it in every time he can. So, seriously, think about it. Go through it. Donald tries to get it in.
I guess what I'm just saying is that it just seems like such a raw deal. Like, Coco, Tangled, Moana, 3 of the best films that they've put out in the monitor that just don't have really. I mean, all they've given Coco up to this point was like, what, a marionette puppet?
Oh, yeah, a show in Disneyland, yeah.
Tangled got bathrooms, and Moana, I mean,
Moana got a whole resort, so.
It got carpeting. I saw that. I got carpeting and pictures in the resort. I don't know about.
She's getting a water area.
Yeah, she's going to get like waterfalls and fountains and stuff like that. She's gonna
Maybe that's going to get it. Who
it's
knows
water
now?
Featuring Moana.
I mean, I can see where you're going, but like, in the past stories that we talked about, if this gets off the rail, I'll try to bring it back. But I mean, the people that have gone at Disney about where they kind of have cultural representation in the attraction or the ride has been pretty verbose. So maybe there's a part of that too, where it's like, well, this is a strong take on a culture, and it's a good one. But maybe just like,
well, that's what I'm saying. If we're talking
take
about
the chance,
if we're talking about real diversity here, why are we quibbling over headhunters in the Jungle Cruise when, I mean, Coco doesn't have a home, Moana doesn't have a home, Rapunzel, okay, she's more white than any of those people. So I mean, I guess that's not necessarily diversity, because they have a representation of white princesses in Disney. So I understand.
It's like it's
that.
still a princess thing, I guess. Like, it still follows the line,
right.
So maybe that makes it safe.
But it was a good movie. I mean, it deserves a representation. I'm just saying, if we're going to go down to diversity and we're going to do real diversity, there's no reason why 2 very popular, very good movies like Coco and Moana should not be in the parks. And don't give me the Journey of Water. I mean, that looks like Mr. Miyagi's backyard to me.
Mr. Miyagi's backyard.
Yes, the little Journey of Water with the waterfall. Like, I haven't seen anything where I'm like, that's really cool. Have y'all seen anything from this Journey of Water thing where you're like, I can't wait to see that?
I haven't even seen anything from that.
I mean, I work for the water board. I see water all the time.
Yeah, well, you're going to see the journey of it.
I already know the journey of it. Goes through filtering and then pipes. There you go.
Goes through the pipes, goes through the filter. Yes.
Yeah, I just saved you some money. You're welcome.
I mean, I just think like real diversity would be nice.
Yeah,
Real diversity would be nice.
I
I don't like this. Hey, we shoved Coco into Philharmagic. We shoehorn Moana into Epcot. Something nice, like a real well-done attraction that showcases people from different cultures would have been better.
Man, Moana can have her own water park.
I would agree wholeheartedly. What a journey for water. A water park. Oh, my God. No, I mean, look, all I've seen from that is concept art. So I really can't judge. I guess I'm just not all that.
Never trust
Well,
concept
you can't
art.
hold your breath until they open it.
Right.
Never trust concept art.
But I mean, like, in the sense of things that are going to be opening at Epcot, rank them: Moana Journey of Water, Guardians of the Galaxy Coaster, and Ratatouille.
Oh, you got that thing in the Wonders of Life Pavilion. The
Play Pavilion?
Yeah, but who's that? If that's even going to happen with all the COVID scare and stuff like that. I mean, going in and touching all the surfaces and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, that's a good point.
you think that's going to actually happen? I don't know. I bet you they rethink that real quick.
As far as I know, it's still happening. I haven't heard. I mean,
We'll see.
Disney don't play.
ain't you heard? COVID's over.
Shit, you heard it's getting back up.
Speaking of which, I was at the Orlando airport. Good luck. When we came back from Milwaukee, we stopped in the Orlando airport.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's weird.
We landed at about 8 o'clock in the Orlando. Everything was closed.
Oh, yeah.
All the flights were delayed getting in and out of there. It was so packed. It was so uncomfortable. I was like so happy. We're going to Orlando. Yay. And
the Disney store's closed in there too, right? Yeah.
We didn't, we would have had to have taken the tram over, and our flight got delayed.
Yeah.
I thought about doing it, but I
think it's closed.
Then that would not surprise me.
Everything was closed the way you describe it.
Yes, everything was just there was no bar that was open. The few things that were open were like McDonald's, Jersey, and the lines were packed.
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah.
Actually, I got a little scared because I got an email today saying they changed my flight, but they changed it from like 6:05 a.m. to 6 a.m. I'm like, oh, thanks for letting me know.
Nice.
That
man.
sucks.
Excellent. Well, guys, let us know what you think about Coco. Show at magicourway.com. And on this piece of news, we're talking about Trader Sam's reopening very soon. Trader Sam's Grotto over there in Walt Disney World. And it looks like they've made a couple little changes for sensitivity's sake. Absolutely. So, you can reopen, get your those drinks are coming back. But you'll also notice a couple little changes that they decided to implement. The shrunken zombie heads were removed from the decor. So you're no longer going to get to see that.
They thought that was insulting?
Well, I mean, same reason they got rid of it out of the ride. So there's that.
Yeah, apparently anything that has to do with shrunken heads
is against indigenous people.
is against headhunters.
Right.
Headhunters.
Yeah.
Because those people deserve our respect and admiration and appreciation to their culture.
But they're zombies. These were zombies, right?
Well,
That doesn't matter to them. Shrunken heads.
Let Harry Potter deal with those shrunken zombie head things, those heathens over there that don't believe in diversity, because apparently shrunken heads is just not.
Even though the Harry Potter shrunken head was Jamaican.
Yeah, wow. I mean, I believe in diversity, but I mean, if they're zombies, they try to eat you. I mean, you got to keep that at bay. But okay.
You would think so. But also on the menu, like they've pretty much changed. So this is the official transition from Trader Sam into being the head salesman of the jungle, into being what do they call him? A wandering explorer bitten by the bug for magical libations.
That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds like a fun.
I'm catching up. Yes.
Now
So he's got malaria.
Yeah. Well, that part of it I don't have a problem with.
Bitten by
Not the
the bug.
malaria thing, but
That's what Animal Kingdom's all about.
yes.
No malaria shots.
I'm cool with them saying, okay, this dude is no longer a head salesman. He's a kooky explorer type. I get that. I totally get that. And I understand the idea. Well, okay, the head shrinking, we're trading head thing, that doesn't work so much anymore. Having said that, I don't really understand why you had to change the name of the headhunter roll to the Kahuna Tuna Sushi roll.
Kahuna.
Kahuna Mahuna?
The Kahuna
Mekalekahai?
Tuna Sushi roll.
Kahuna Tuna.
Kahuna
Yes,
tuna.
it was always known as the headhunter roll.
That's a great name. I'm sorry. That's
Kahuna
a great name for
tuna.
It's
sushi.
not a headhunter roll anymore.
Definitely easier to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there actually tuna in it?
I would hope so. It's the Kahuna Tuna Sushi roll.
Kahuna tuna.
It's like the Catalina wine mixer, Kevin.
Yeah.
It's the Kahuna Tuna Sushi roll.
Kahuna
At least we know what's in it now.
luna. Yeah.
Yeah, better than headhunters in it.
What's
I
in a
guess.
headhunter roll? Heads?
Hey, brains. What are you talking about?
Brains.
I mean, hey.
Chilled monkey brains.
That's right. Trader, he's trying to be an apothecary. That's how these libations happen. They were medicines.
And to your point, Eli, so zombies are okay, but shrunken zombie heads are not okay. So they took the shrunken zombie head and turned it into the zombie.
Okay.
The
zombies are
zombie.
good.
Zombie. Rob
Zombies are
Zombie.
good.
No telling what the Zombie Coalition thinks of
That's
this
wrong.
change, because I'm sure they do not like this. But headhunters everywhere are celebrating. It's like the end of Jedi.
How about the mug?
The mug?
They show the mug. Same
It's
thing.
not shrunken anymore.
I don't have the mug, and I don't have the site in front of me. I work.
Oh,
fancy
for your
computer when it
collection, right, Kirk? Kirk is a bad collector.
Yeah,
of
Kirk's
this.
like, man,
Never got that one.
Did my
can get it on
shrunken
both.
zombie head go up in value?
boom, I'm rich.
I did hear they hired a zombie over at Nine Dragons.
Oh, really? Did they?
Yeah, he's a dead man walking.
Dad joke.
Oh, boy. You got me.
They're on TikTok.
Bring me back to
Legitimately
zombie,
TikTok.
please. Let the zombie chew on my arm, my ear, so I had to hear that.
But anyway, they still have a photo of the Disneyland and Walt Disney World Trader Sam's.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still in there, and it looks like they're standing in some kind of parking lot or whatever. It's kind of freaky.
Oh, did they say anything about that in Disney World? This is that back. What would you call it? That back part where you could get drinks at, like
Bar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but it was almost like a window. I hope they did something to that and fix the
still open.
service.
You talking about the side that's outside by the waterfall?
Yeah. Well, it's by the pool.
The outside.
The outside part by the pool.
I have no idea.
But did you hear what he just said?
Which part?
What Kevin just said.
He said, I don't know.
That's a very important thing that he just said to you.
Please say it again.
About Trader Sam?
Yes. We just spent 5 minutes talking about how they've done everything they can to take out anything Trader Sam related, this headhunter, Trader Sam representation in the parks. They did everything they could to take it out. And then, Kevin, you said what now?
I said they still have a photo of the Disneyland and Walt Disney World versions of Trader Sam on their wall. And it looks like they're hand in hand taking a picture like they're on the tourist. And it looks like they're in the middle of some kind of park. Maybe they're like in the ticket area, the ticket mezzanine area of the park. It's,
So the two
right here.
Trader Sam's that they had to take out because they were considered headhunters and terrible offensive representation of headhunting people that they had to have removed from the parks.
Well, they're hidden headhunters now.
They are now, there's a photo of them that still exists. Of all the things that you didn't think to remove.
No, is that a new picture that's always been there?
I don't know.
I
never
think
really
it's
noticed.
always been there, but I could be wrong because I've only been in there twice and I've never noticed it. But I can't imagine that they would recreate that for any reason.
No.
Move it to the pet
Those
cemetery.
Imagineers, sometimes they do a little,
Yeah,
they're a little
they
sneaky
do like to
sometimes.
do a little homage, but I mean, this is kind of a iffy homage, if you will. This is the
Trader
kind of,
Sam and Chief Name?
yeah, this is the kind of thing that gets you fired. Like, wait a minute, let me get this straight. We spent how much money to take all this crap out of the ride, and you just put a picture in there that took you 10 minutes to make on Photoshop?
It's funny though. Yeah. It's because it looks like they're just standing in the middle of like a Disneyland
And they're taking a photo, and
like they're on vacation.
that is important to note because that tells me one of two things. Either somebody at Disney is asleep at the wheel and some Imagineer had a lot of fun and is about ready to be unemployed, or Disney is like, yeah, we get it. The people who are real Disney history aficionados, people who really love this stuff, they don't really care about this stuff. They're going to be the ones that wait for an hour to get into Trader Sam's and appreciate the fact that that's going to be in the wall as opposed to
something other
but
weird.
Do you think it's like one of those situations like where you take the picture of Jesus and replace it with Obi-Wan Kenobi at your grandma's house to see if she'll notice? You know what I mean?
When did you do this?
Do tell.
Yeah. You replaced your grandmother's picture with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, the young Obi-Wan.
The young
Kenobi.
Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor in a robe, and you put that, and she thinks it's Jesus. So
okay.
But
And when did you do this?
I'm saying like maybe that's what they're doing. They're like, let's see if anyone notices.
Okay. Well, people have noticed.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I would think it would be the equivalent of like Rocky Balboa, where he had the restaurant. He's like, here's all of my, memorabilia, all my fights, that kind of stuff like that. I mean, that's how I would take that. I don't think they try to snuck one in. I think they were just like, here you go. Last
Once again,
hurrah.
Disney has spent a lot of money to remove and replace those animatronics because of cultural sensitivity issues. To leave a trace reminder paying homage to the very same figures that you said were
offensive
and out of date and not in line and keeping with the Disney standards of representing cultures fairly or however you want to term it. I don't see how they let that go.
Well, I mean, think of it like this. I mean, the title of this particular thing we're talking about is Trader Sam's Reopens. So they haven't even changed the name of the place, so it would make...
Well, they changed who Trader Sam was.
Well,
Trader
they
Sam's
changed the character, but, they changed it. They'd be like, hey, my name is Eli. I did this in like 8th grade. And then, but when I'm 40, I did this. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's like...
Same name.
It's like saying Mola Ram ran a 5 and dime.
Roller Rhyme juggles rocks for a living.
Yeah.
Molarum's Rock Shop.
Yes. He sold tourist rocks to
He's got one heart for everybody. He doesn't do that anymore.
No.
defibrillators.
Yeah.
But we're going to put a picture of Molaram in the ride holding a heart.
Exactly. Just so you know, and he'll paint your head for an extra $30. You know, I mean, in other words, so it's still the same dude.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just that they've changed who he was.
Yeah.
And so, and again, I don't have a problem with any of this. I just think it's funny that they would let the exact representation of these figures exist. And again, I can only think of a couple reasons. One is that they just think that the Disney locals are not this crazy group of people who just see offensive. They appreciate the history and what was in the parks, and then they would like this. Two, some renegade Imagineer just left it in there and is about ready to get fired. Or three,
already got fired and said on my way out.
Yes,
Let me just leave
Slip
this here.
this on there?
Yeah.
I'm going to go join Joe Rudy. Right
or
now.
three, because neither one of these guys was holding a shrunken head. Well, they could be any indigenous native. You know, never mind the fact that we all have Google and we could easily look this up and be like, who are they? Trader Sam, what does he look like? Looks like a lot like those guys. You know, but that's the only reasons I could think for keeping it in there. But I think it's an important distinction that it still exists. Like all this work to get it removed, and somebody left a picture.
I'm gonna have to go look for that picture now.
It'd be like if you broke up with your girlfriend, you got married to a new woman, you're living a new happy life, but you still have a little picture
Yeah,
of
that's
your
kinda
ex.
weird.
Come on, you'll never keep that little small love letter from when y'all was young, when you believed in love.
No, I toss all that out.
There you go.
That's why I'm still single.
Yeah, I get rid of all that.
I keep it all.
I even cut them out of my photos.
Well, you a G, you know, like you probably like Val probably can't even go in the room where they would be stashed, but they're not stashed.
But hey,
Yeah, no.
if you join our Patreon, Eli will read you his love letter.
You will,
From over the years,
by
yes.
candlelight.
Yes, by candlelight. Eli will sit there and read every
Can
love
we
letter.
play it? Yeah.
Oh, we
play
can have a
some-
ladies' man segment.
Yeah.
Hey, Eli man.
Yeah, there was the one time I wrote this one girl and they agreed.
It's more like Encino Man.
It's Retro Man.
Girl,
Absolutely.
you the jam in my jelly roll.
Hey,
Y'all just making this Patreon stuff sweet and sweet. I'm gonna sign up right now.
Oh, man.
well, go for it. Yeah,
Look,
patreon.com/magic
y'all tell us-
our way.
I get candlelight stories. I get a date. What?
You get to jump in his bed.
That's
I
right.
get to jump in his bed.
Not only
I
that,
got for
like
free.
once a month, you get to call Eli Ivory and just ask for Eli's advice,
I talk to you.
and he'll talk to you for
I'll
at least
talk
an
to you.
hour. He'll tell you.
The Ivory helpline. I get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Doesn't have to be about Disney.
No.
It could be marital problems. You could have any
Bad day at work.
bad
Just
day at
one
work.
vent.
You just want to vent.
Jump in the
listen
bed.
to
Call Eli.
I got this
That's
corn
all.
on my toe. I need to get rid of. You show me how to help me
I
with
tell you,
that.
get a knife.
He's like
You got to see the special man.
Cut that, put a Band-Aid on it.
he's better than WebMD.
Yeah,
I
that's it.
went outside the other morning and I found my neighbor putting trash in my garbage can.
I know. Had the same thing happen to me too. What you got to do is you got to go to the neighbor and then say, "Hey, y'all too dirty. You know, I got a trash can. I'm giving it to you. That's how dirty y'all is. Now you got two trash cans.
Yeah, I got bad credit. What do I do?
Go see the special man.
Oh,
No, seriously, you got to save up your money and then
you
stop
got to
all these
diversify
big.
your stock
Yeah.
portfolio and
Stop living like a G.
investments and
Go on these
whatnot,
big
yes.
vacations, man.
That's right.
There
If
you
your
go.
question gets too complex and then Eli needs to put one of us on three-way or two of us or whatever, he'll call us in and we'll help
We'll
you
help out. Yeah,
We can have a
right.
three-way. There you go. That's
That's right.
perfect.
Three-way.
Yeah, we there for you.
Three-way.
Hey, if you paying, could be all the way. You don't know.
You know, it's funny is like Kirk's broadcasting from his house and his wife's hearing three-way bouncing on the bed.
I like how Kirk's Patreon pimping us out.
He's like, this sounds too
You
much.
need a
fun.
Kirk level. That's like the $500 level.
Yeah.
That's
If
my
you
level's not my level.
If you get the Kirk level, you get a get out of jail free card.
Kirk level. Well, yeah, that's
No, that's like if you need to work in your new bed, he can do that for you. He'll come and jump on the bed, work out. The
he'll
new bed.
come. Yeah, he'll come by when the lights is out. Be like, I just need a pillow. That's it.
Yep.
Those aren't pillows.
I just need them anyway.
Just hit for the pillow. Just hit for the pillow.
It's okay. Don't move.
You're gonna feel a little pressure, Eli. Don't worry about it.
That's it.
Just let it happen.
Just lay back. Yeah.
Well, cool gang. Let us know what you think about Trader Sam and this whole thing about Trader Sam Grotto and the changes, if that matters to you or not. We'll be curious. Show at magicourway.com. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed that little news segment that we did. Mm-hmm. If you want to learn more about us, magicourway.com is the way to go. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes, and more. Also, if you want to get in touch with us so that you can share your opinions about any of the news stories we talked about today, you can do so through the following ways. As I mentioned, shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com or call or text us. Just did say send us a text message at 1-815-MOWEEKEN. That is 1-815
Kahuna Tuna Sushi Roll.
669-4226. And of course, we have a couple guys who do things outside of the podcast. First of all, we got Eli does things with comics.
Hey, Rob Liefeld here. Deadpool, Cable, X-Force, Domino, Marvel Comics, Image Comics, all of it. You guys, what is up? Eli Ivory, what a great name. Eli Ivory, comic guru. I'm here to talk about you. I am here to say, check out ivorycomics.com. That's right, you. Check out ivorycomics.com. ivorycomics.com. If you're not doing that, you're missing out. You're missing out. The Savages comic cannot be beat, cannot be surpassed. You need to check it out, experience it for yourself, and you know the story. It's all about the glory.
Yep.
Congrats to you and all the magic that you're making with your Ivory Comics. Eli Ivory, comic book guru. Check out ivorycomics.com, comic book guru. Eli Ivory, the whole package. Deadpool said to. Do it. ivorycomics.com right now. Liefeld out.
Man, thanks, Rob. It's always a pleasure to hear from you at every episode. Just like you can listen to this podcast through a link when you go to the Ivory Comics website, so you never miss an episode of the Magic Our Way podcast.
Never miss a beat.
Never miss a beat. Never miss a laugh. Never miss a joke. Never miss a theory. Never miss a topic.
Never going to give you up.
Never gonna let you down.
Never gonna run around
and hurt you.
Oh
no. Never gonna give you up.
We wouldn't hurt you.
We never would hurt you because we love you.
Oh, Hammer, don't hurt him.
There it is. There it is. That's my way to happiness. And look, so of course, you can always find me on Facebook.com. I'm right there, Eli H. Ivory. As long as you're a real person, nice to meet you. But if you're a bot, don't want to greet you. You can also find me out there using the Project Geisha page on Facebook. So Facebook.com/Project Geisha. Instagram right there, posting hearts and likes and doing the shares and all that good stuff. EIV504. And of course on Twitter, I can be found at Hancock Tim 166. So if you appreciate the madness, you just bringing me the gladness. Thank you very much.
Whoa. You get off too easily there.
Now, I'd like to get off easy.
No, don't get off easy.
Because it's comfortable.
Because you got a new way for these people to consume your comics.
I do. What tier are we? What tier would this book be? If you
Golden
go to the
Oak.
page,
All the tiers. If you don't order this book,
oh, you will cry.
Yes,
if you
there's gonna be
missing
lots
out
of
on this
tiers.
level of storytelling.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's right. So you
But-
go to Patreon.com.
Go to Patreon. I'm doing that.
/Magic Our Way. And yes, you can go and get all the books that I've done and created. I will sign them. I will have them in a nice little plastic bag and board for you if you do become a patron.
You'll personalize it.
I'll be like, hey, to
Right.
you and your mama and your dog Sally from Eli Ivory. If you are a patron of this, you never know. Too, I might draw a little face of you on there.
They might even call you and thank you.
I could do that.
And
Call
love
you and
you.
thank you.
I mean, these are high tiers you're talking about. I mean, look,
Yeah.
I'm a busy man, but I will do that for you. I mean, look, you want me to call you and put your name in there? You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, wait. So
Where you going?
a date. I get comics. I get Eli helpline. What else? There was something else. Eli sweet nothings in my ear.
Communication.
I got all kind of stuff. All for the Golden Oak tier in Patreon.
All for the Golden Oak. That's right.
That's right.
You
I'm
get
sorry. As soon as we get off.
you get the lovely stroke from the Golden Oak.
That's better than the golden snitch.
That's it.
That's
I
right.
would never snitch on you. Better than
right.
the Golden Child.
Better than
Better
Golden
go
Shower.
shower.
Speaking of a certain president,
That's it.
Oh, I gotta go political. I always gotta mess it up.
All right, and if you want to book a vacation to any of these Disney properties, so you can check out Trader Sam's Grotto, or you can Philharmagic, or Joe Biden and Hall of Presidents, any of that kind of stuff. You can
All
do
that.
it through Lee. Lee, tell them how to book with you, sir.
Just give me a call, 832-431-1621. You can email me at lee@magicourway.com. Facebook, you can find me at facebook.com/Lastovica Travel. That's LASTOVICA Travel. Instagram, you can find me at You Got a Friend in Lee Travel. And TikTok, you can hear me telling some bad Disney dad jokes at You Got a Friend in Lee. If you do need that, we'll get you hooked up and booked up with no
Hasselvika.
And now, what are you offering on Patreon? Are you like sending beard clippings to anybody?
Right, like I saved my beard, and I've got it, like like they have the locks for love.
Can I get Lee to come over and arrange my shoes?
Yeah, I could come pack
You
your
get shoe
suitcase.
advice.
You could get shoe advice. Actually, you good at coordinating.
No, but for real, I will. What we're gonna do is, if you are at the $100 level,
The Golden Oak level,
yes,
Golden
you can
Oak.
pick out 2 Disney dishes for me to recreate on the
2?
Cooking with Magic YouTube show.
That would be absolutely awesome.
Any 2 you choose, I will recreate them for you specifically on the YouTube
Give them the
channel.
recipe and everything.
Absolutely. This is how you make it. This is saute. You stir it up. You put it in the bowl. All the instructions, everything you need to know to
You
make
do
that.
all the trial and error.
Yep.
Figure
Boom.
it out.
You've
Sachet,
made some
saute.
serious
I
mixes
risk
too.
food poisoning for you.
Yes, you do.
Flip it up, flip it, rub it down.
And see if,
no.
And Patch is going to like it too.
To be fair, you risk food poisoning every time you eat at Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
But
But the bathrooms are clean. Dan.
yes, the bathrooms are clean. Yes.
So we'll do that for you.
Okay. No Hasselvika.
No hassle.
No Hasselvika. Golden Oak.
And in addition, guys, there's so many ways to support the show as a whole, and you can find them all on our website, magicourway.com. Any way which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to take a second and thank you for being a loyal listener. And we always love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are always welcome on the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So, Mohegans, we say Kwaharini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
I have every intention of eating those bananas for breakfast, but I still somehow end up with tacos.
Hall of Presidents.
The
Like
Hollowed.
No, Hall of. Let me do it again.
Like Pez?
Yeah, like Pez candy, right?
Okay. Oh, okay. Say it one more time.
Hall of Presidents.
Hall and Oats.
All of Presidents.
Chili lime Doritos.
Hey, this is Kevin from the Magic Our Way podcast. When Calgon can't